Hey, welcome back to Kenshi. Okay, let's get into the city. The wonderful city of... What the hell is the name of this place? Alright, let's bring up the interface here. Yeah. We are in the city of Bad Teeth that is no more. I'm bringing this up here. Roaming Squad 6, but honestly I've killed like lots of squads. They're just going to keep populating them. I had that down to 0 for a while. I think the game just respawns in squads. I basically annihilated Bad Teeth, the Holy Nation city of Bad Teeth. It's gone. And I really think that I've reached kind of a brick wall here. I also hit Narco's trap. That was kind of off air. We killed Akron's shield in another episode. And we hit Akron's fist in another episode. I know they got a couple more cities around here. And there was one, where's it, over here? And then there's the stack. And I think that's it, right? I know there's another military base out here. And obviously a bunch of little small, the mines, farms, and stuff like that we could take out if we want to. But now that I've done this, it's not as difficult as you would think. Let's see, let's just let it go here. I wiped out the city. Yeah, I mean, they're all either dead or dying. Many high paladins, many squads. I know I didn't show this on air, but I just think that it would have been more of the same that you've seen in the military base episodes. It was just really, we came out here and you see a lot of stuff kind of scattered along the ground here. Yeah, here comes another squad that's just coming in. Yeah, we'll have to fight them too. But yeah, see the holy, let's see, the high paladins 60 across the board, so they actually give our guys some boost when we fight them. But there was another guy that came through, someone called the High Inquisitor, and that he had 78 across the board. So that was kind of a brutal thing. He did wreck our whole squad, but of course he came in with a whole squad like this with some high paladins with him. So we did get knocked out a couple times during this whole ordeal. So I'm pretty much declaring victory over this city. Yeah, there's a few places we could loot, but what's the point at this point? There's really no reason to. We got like just random mercenaries wandering around. You will have a couple of store guards and stuff in these bars, but we've won essentially. I don't know if this guy plans on coming into the city. Where'd you go? Oh, you're going real slow. So here's the thing. I'm gonna let this kind of play out here, see if they come in, but. I'm kind of reaching the end of. I'm kind of reaching the point where we were in the last Let's Play, Series 1, where it just feels like I really haven't got much else to do, other than maybe grind out more in the way of stats. We're kind of hitting a brick wall. Okay, someone woke up in this group. Yeah, all right, just you kill High Paladin. He's been. Basically, the way to do this is whenever you knock a guy out like this, you immediately loot them. And this is what we're going to have here. I'm going to kind of do this all in slow motion here so you guys can see what I do per squad. In fact, this is probably a good opportunity to you know, do a little yeah, there you go. I'm going to do like a screenshot here. So once you knock out all their high-level guys, you just loot them, take all their medical thing off of them, and you just take their weapon off of them. You could also like take all their armor off too and just throw it on the ground, because apparently they don't really rearm themselves. So here we are, we just won, and we were a much smaller squad. And they were led by a dude. That one dude that was pretty powerful, so that was pretty cool. Alright, let's see here. I usually ignore these guys because they don't have medical kits on them. There's no point in looting them. So here we go. What I do is I just do this. I grab this, throw it on the ground. Obviously, I'm giving up a lot of money's worth of stuff, but it would just literally, we'd never get done if we actually looted this stuff and sold it someplace. So, some of these are dead bodies from before, but you just gotta... That's the way to do it. Oh, not you, Orson. Someone with us. There you go. A slot that's empty that can do this. And you because they're gonna wake up again. So that's what you do. So if you take the armor off them, also, it makes it much easier. Why do this keeps clicking on stuff? I got a problem with my mouse now. So basically, I'm reaching the end of this particular Let's Play. Once again, I'm kind of debating what to do, because I've noticed viewership dropped off here in the past few episodes. So I imagine people just aren't into what I'm doing here right now anyway, so I think I'm going to have to wait until the update, which has been delayed, unfortunately, because I just, I checked the Twitter for this, for the game developer, and, how come he's got like a weapon right now? Okay, never mind. Okay, so, yeah, it was delayed a little bit. I know I had mentioned in an earlier episode it was going to come in about a month, and it's been close to a month, but he's saying it's going to take a little longer. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff being added to this update, so, I mean, you got the whole other quarter of the map that's going to be added, and who the heck knows what's in there. They're supposedly adding some sort of diplomacy thing. They're adding crossbows that you can carry around with your guys, so that's a whole new system they have to implement. They're implementing a whole thing with severed limbs and being able to replace severed limbs. Well, this guy we didn't. Okay, that's the High Paladin too. Yeah, being able to replace severed limbs with bionic limbs. Also, I didn't know. I heard something about. Let's loot this guy too while we're here. About the cannibals being able to eat you limb by limb, like they'll start sawing off parts of you and eating you. So that's partially why they were doing the decapitated limbs thing. Yeah, so even more reason not to like cannibals, I guess. So they'll, over time, little by little, they'll take an arm off and a leg off and eat it or something. So you actually have time to rescue your people from cannibals or something. So that was what they wrote. That's what Twitter wrote. There were other things too. Oh yeah, you're able to fight from the ground if both your legs are all messed up. You're able to fight like crawling, and they're gonna have blood effects in the game too. So I imagine also, I don't know, I didn't hear whether they were gonna add this in, but maybe they'll add in some of the NPCs that they haven't added in yet. Because I was looking up something for us to do since we've pretty much beat the Holy Nation. I was looking for like where's their leaders. And apparently they're not in game yet. The leader, the High Phoenix, I guess they call him. If you look at some of the lore, I guess it must reference him. He's kind of like their spiritual leader of the Holy Nation. So that NPC is not in game yet. There's other NPCs that aren't in game yet. I imagine they might be adding them in. So that might be what's coming with this, or maybe that's in the future update. I don't really know, so I can only guess. So as for today, in this episode, I mean, literally, I got nothing to do here. I've wiped out the town. More people will be straggling in. More squads. Did that actually count towards now? Yeah, now it's 5 roaming squads. Roaming population 18. Actual residents 38. That's probably mostly bar patrons. And there are probably still some bar dudes, guards. I don't think they count towards the military score, but I don't know. So I have this guy run up here. How come you're not going, Fred? Oh, because I'm paused. Don't be me. Yeah, see, you'll notice there's not many people here because even the people serving don't like skeletons too much. He's in a recovery coma though. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that guard's dead though. Huh. Oh, I wanted to show you something here. Let's wait. I never did look at him. Let's bring up this guy. There was a new backpack called Shopkeeper's Backpack. I noticed on one of the guys, I think I was over here in this this armor shop. I'm assuming it's an armor shop. I didn't loot this shop yet, the weapon shop. Looks like there are still guards in there though. Yeah, he seems to be normal. He's a weapon trader. Yeah, I mean, there's really just not much here to grab up anymore. It's just, you know, we've won. So, yeah, I mean, what I'm going to do right now, I don't know. My thoughts are for the future here is we're going to basically do what we did with Series 1 is put this on hold until the actual update comes out. I will be playing a little bit here and there with these guys. I mainly want to do is I'm looking for more skeletons, and I've been looking up trying to get information about this. Well, are there more skeletons in game? I mean, I know they're extremely rare. Kill you while we're waiting. But there's like a supposedly like a very low percentile chance of random bar patrons that are recruitable to be a skeleton, I guess. And obviously they wouldn't come to the Holy Nation in certain places, so I know there was some mention that there's one that might frequent the way station down here and frequent some of the United Cities southern cities here, so that's a possibility. We didn't really learn or discover much about what was going on in this stuff. I know I searched it all before with our other group, but I wanted to show one other thing today. And to do that, I got to get to a slave town. Probably this stone camp which I used before. It's just going to be, this is kind of going to be like a guide. Oops, we're auto-saving. Okay, so what I wanted to say was, I'm going to go over to a slave place like the stone camp. Well, there's other stone camps, and I know there's another slave place out. Yeah, eye socket. And there's just slaves around, and I wanted to show you a little strategy for how to quick level your assassination skill. That's really the only reason I'm here today. So, because I've won the war. Well, I didn't technically win the war. There was no war really to fight, but until they add more in-game. And here's the thing. When they add the next update, we're going to have to import it anyway. So all this work I've done, it's going to go by the wayside. Everything will be reset. So it doesn't matter. I mean, I literally don't... I'm going to have to re-clear out everything anyway. And I'm not going to do that. So really, the only thing we really need is some more skeletons for a crew. I want to have a full squad of 12. So I think we need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, about 4 more. I think they have 12 per squad, right? Anyway, I'd like to get 4 more. I might... I don't know. I might, like... if I can't find them, I might have to, like, get a mod where you can, like, recruit prisoners. And maybe I'll just go and, like, kidnap or beat up some of these skeleton tech hunters or something that are walking around or something. I know there's a way that you can, like, recruit guys that you capture, though. I've not tried it before. I did set up some prisons at our base before I left to do all this stuff, so there's not much else for us to do other than maybe going up and, for the first time ever, maybe try and fight a Leviathan up in this area. I want to get our stats a little bit higher, though. We're not... I don't think we're at the level where we can fight with those Leviathans and survive. I think we would just die. They seem to have a heck of a lot of hit points, and there's a couple other boss monsters and boss dudes around. Like, remember in the last Let's Play, there's the Bug Master, which is like right in the center here, down in this section. There's that giant crab, which we saw before, which was on this island, sort of near the center. Here at this lost town. Who are these guys? Really, they don't care about me. There's other bosses, like other... I'm not so much worried about the bounties, I guess, as I want to... I really just want to, like, say, okay, we fought some of the higher level dudes and we beat them, you know? So I'm going to cut out here and make my way over to Slave Town. I'm going to show you my technique for how to level up Assassination real quick. And you can use that as a, you know, I didn't come up with this method. I read about it on one of the forums someplace. And I'm going to make a video of it. So it doesn't take long and it's really quick to learn. So be right back. Okay, so on my way to where we're going to show this assassination thing, I saw this guy here called Meathead, he's got a bounty, and I think we've encountered this guy before. He looks familiar. Like, didn't we recruit a guy sort of in this area in the other Let's Play? I sort of vaguely remember that, and he was one of the hivers. So we're going to have to knock this guy senseless. Attack unprovoked. Blow. Alright, we're gonna get a little bounty on this guy on the way over there. Okay, we'll first aid you. Wow, he's beaten really bad. I think there's also... Yeah, I think they'll eat this type of meat, but if not... let's see. Take this. Disarm you. I'm gonna leave this in the inventory because there was another guy I captured before that was starving, and I'm pretty sure they'll eat this. So Arnold will pick you up. So I'm gonna continue on our way. We're still a ways out from Stoat, so we're gonna try for Stoat and bring this guy in. Oh, so no, this is the guy that we ran into. It's the same guy. String. Well, I don't really want to fight him, but I will. You're a fool to attack me. Killer bee. Okay, great. So we're just gonna fight you. Did the other guy drop? I think I have another guy here with a bounty. Alright, let's see here. Maybe they both got bounties. Oh, String's got a bounty. Alright, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the same thing I just did the other guy, and I'm gonna bring all three of them in, because there's two guys here, okay? So I'm gonna cut out here again. Be right back. Okay, we are back. We're in Stoat. Turn in the guys. Hopefully they're open. Yeah, they're open for business. I think I got all three of them here. Yep, take them. Alright, Lamont, you're next. Come back, I need to sell you dudes. Oh wait, Arnold. Oops, I don't want to look at that. Okay, you take them. You get the hell out of the way. And it's Lamont, right? Yeah, boy. Lamont. And you take him. Money! We got money. That was easy money. That was easy. Alright, let's get out of the house. Bam. Alright, let's bring up before... I mean, because we're going to be taking a short break from the series anyway. Kind of want to show you where we're at with everyone on here. Dust Bandits actually went down because we resisted, like, Bandit Rage. So the guy came and made demands. I slapped them. They ran away. And they had Bandit Rage. And they basically sent a large group at us. And they were pathetic. I just beat the hell out of them. And actually, it went down. So I think they were negative 75 before. Now they're not. And we just bought our way. You can just buy your way into the Shinobi Thieves. In case you didn't know that. Skeletons for some reason 5. Probably, I don't know. The Holy Nation, even though we've attacked a lot of their establishments, it actually went down to 94, negative 94 rather than negative 96. And now we're at United States 38. I don't know what happens at different levels of this, but I mean, I don't know, like if you get to a certain level, do they start helping you out, or maybe they leave you alone and they don't try and extort you when you're walking across their territory. They haven't tried to extort me for a while. And I sort of thought like it had something to do with the armor I was wearing, because it was stolen armor from one of the factions that they didn't like too much. So I think that might have been why they were trying to extort me. And also why, I think it was the slavers or the bounty hunters. Someone was like always attacking me, and I think it had something to do with the armor I was wearing was really like armor from their faction. They just took a disliking to me for wearing their armor's faction. But they didn't say like, oh, you're trying to hide from us or anything like that. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm babbling and we're here. Let's get over here. I'm gonna drop a full-blown save here as soon as we get in. So now we're just gonna stop by the door here and I'll just show you my little technique. It's gonna work out better during the daytime anyway, because you can't really see it at night. So let me cut out here. Be right back. Okay, so here I am. I've waited through most of the day here, and I can't show you this because apparently there's no slaves here now. Previously I was here. There was slaves galore mining these rocks. Now there's absolutely 0 slaves. I don't see them. I went into some of these buildings, and there's no slaves here. So it requires slaves in order for it to work. The little idea here. So I'm going to go elsewhere. I guess I'm going to go to one of the other slaver camps, because I don't know what's going on with this camp. I might have broke it last time I was here just doing this. I guess get all your training done the first time you do it, because you might break it by doing this method. I don't know. I'm sort of like curious as to what happened here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try for this other stone camp way down here, which, well, see how we make it. So, yeah, let me cut out again. Alright, we're back. The bone-chilling excitement, okay. Of running around halfway around the world for one freaking episode. Yeah, it's exciting. Alright, we're at the other slaver base. stone camp. We're gonna take Fred for this because I actually did this with him before, and I want to get his stats up. Notice this assassination is at 63. This works way better if you got a really low assassination skill. So you know what I might do? Actually, let's not use Fred. Let's use someone else. Let's use Arnold, which is the assassination is at 1. Now, I never knew this, but apparently this is a thing. The slavers don't consider you knocking out their slaves to be like some sort of a crime, and the slaves themselves won't attack you because of it. So you basically can just practice your assassination on them, you know, as much as you want. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I failed. Oh, I failed. But you're getting skilled by doing this. I would very strongly suggest you save it, because as you knock them out, the guards come in and scoop up the guy. See, like someone will come in and scoop him up, and you run the possibility of accidentally clicking on a guard. See, like they come over here and kind of like the slave drivers. So you oh, hey, look at this. Is this a skeleton? Wait. No, that's a Shek, right? Ah, it's a Shek. Never mind. No, but you can fast level this like really quickly. Like, you fail it, but nothing happens to you if you fail it. So you just go to the other one, and they recover fairly quickly. That's why I was sort of I was uncertain as to why the other slave camp suddenly it all vanished or something. I don't really know what's going on there. Why the slaves all, you know, vanished or something. But maybe if you knock them out, and the guards usually will scoop them and put them in the bed or back in their cage until they get better. So this guy's knocked out. Punk. And he'll get back up again pretty soon. And you just keep redoing this. Now, the other place the guards would scoop him up, but they'll just basically, oh, I'll go back to my job. Bam. And obviously these guys probably aren't really the best examples of this, but yeah, I don't know. Like, if they're tougher maybe on different levels or something. I don't know. Like, if their stats are higher, maybe they're resistant to it more. I don't really know how that works. Boonk, boonk, clunk them out. Okay. Check his stats. 32 already. Now, this does slow down at higher levels, like Fred there. He's at 60-something. You'll have to knock out quite a few in order to start gaining levels, like for Fred. He'll come in here and, well, he's much quicker with this, plus he's stats are a lot higher with this, so what is this guy doing? Huh. Boonk. Knocks him out. Boonk. Knocks him out. Boonk. Knocks him out. Okay, let me just see. And this guy's, I'm just wondering if they're knocked out for longer. It looks like they're knocked out for longer, too. The other guy, they weren't so long. It looked like these are like in the 70s and 80s for how long they're knocked out. So you can just keep doing this. Like I said, I don't, because of that weird little phenomenon on the other base, maybe you might only want to do this once, because it might be like, I don't know, maybe it glitches them out or something. I really don't know. I think they just get up and they go back to work again if the guards don't scoop them up. Well, there's tons of them around this base, and you can just do this with any one of them. Just got to be careful not to hit these guards with this. That'll set them off, and you'll be screwed with that faction, and you'll never be able to do this again, because you'll always have problems going into their slaver camps or whatever. See, now they'll scoop them up like they just did there, and look, he sees me. I mean, the guard sees me. See, unfortunately, you got to be careful here. See how they get close to him. So you don't want to do this willy-nilly. So clunk. Oh, he doesn't care. See, the guard doesn't care. Go over here. And like, again, I didn't come up with this method, so I can't take credit for it. Just that I just happen to be making a video. See, now if you're clicking too much in there, then you might accidentally hit a guard, and that sets off the whole thing. So that's... I did. I'm only saying that because I did it one time. I was clicking too many of them, like, and they were bunched up in a group like this. And there's a guard there and a guard. You don't really notice it because you get on high speed if you're doing this. So stats, I only went up 1 point for knocking out what 12, 10, 15 guys there. I didn't knock out too many of them, but it didn't go up. So yeah, you're gonna hit a brick wall or a limit with this at some point anyway. So. it gets it up way quicker because I don't think those assassination target dummies really they only go up to a certain level, and you gotta practice it like in the field like this. So this is a much easier way to do it. And once you get up high enough, I imagine you can probably just go knocking out whole groups of frickin' guys if you want to. What I'm hoping to do is get this up a ways. And what I want to do is I want to knock out one of these wandering skeletons or something, and recruit them, bring them back to my base, and try and recruit them. Because unless I find some way to get more skeletons on my team, if the game's not going to spawn them in, I'm just trying to think of if that's the way to do it. I never tried like persuading a prisoner to join me before, but I think you need stats that are bigger than them. So some of those tech hunter skeletons that are walking around actually have stats that are much higher than ours. So I might not be able to persuade them, but I don't think they would ever really, they would never expire in the prison cages. I don't think. I think they would just see how like they're now starting to grab them up because they're getting knocked out more. Now, whether that's what glitched it before, or maybe they just never returned to their post, I don't know. I'm not sure, but at any rate, you can get pretty freaking high with the stats on this. So, bam! Because they're so pathetic, boom, they go out quite easily. Like for instance, let's just hit this guy. Let's just see what is this. What does it say for him? How many seconds is he knocked out? Now he's knocked out for 101, and that might be why. Now remember, they're going to be knocked out. Plus, they're all starving because they're slaves. So it could be that they died because I knocked them out for too long and they never ate. That could be another thing too. So once your skill level gets a little high, maybe that's partially why it's why that other slave base has no slaves now. I don't know. I'm just trying to theory craft here. But I guess I don't have anything else for this episode, and we're taking a short break. Like I said, I might do a little more knocking out here before I leave. But yeah, I mean, my thing now is I don't really have much research, if any, left to do. So I got nothing to do really. I mean, I can keep going to war and wipe out the last 2 or 3 cities in the base of the Holy Nation, but I don't see the point right now. So I'm going to be doing some experimentation in between during this break. This show will be coming back, by the way, so don't get all nervous like, oh, it's going away forever. It might be coming back in a couple weeks, might be coming back in a month or 2 when this update comes out, but I don't think there's much point in making episodes that people aren't going to watch, because with the dip off and everything in the viewership numbers, I think it might just be for the best to do it. You can leave suggestions and ideas, but I'm going to probably save them until we start to show up again. So I will save them. Don't worry about it. I'll consider it. Like I said, I might be sending guys down here again just to kind of wait out a couple days, maybe in some of their bars and stuff down here. These far southern way station. I'm doing this mostly based upon what little information is out there about this, how rare the skeletons are on the forums and things like that. Other than that, I'm going to be wandering around, hopefully to stumble across some of these skeletons that are like those tech hunters, maybe try to recruit them that way. I don't know. I really don't want to piss off the tech hunters, though. They're actually, you know, they're at World's End and they control a few places, so I really don't want to piss them off. But if it'll get me more recruits, then I'm willing to experiment with this. So yeah, I did a lot of searching around here. The Berserker lands here, the Cannibal lands up here. I might be building a base at some point as a touching off point for the fighting Leviathans later on. I don't think we're at the skill level yet to do that. But because there's so many beak things in this area and cannibals, I think we're going to probably build a base somewhere around here. So when we go into this region, at least just like a building with a skeleton bed. So that's what I'll be doing. I will be back. Now, I think the last thing is, for you guys, the viewer, is when I come back, when this new update comes out, do you want me to use these guys, or do you want me to use Season 1 group, the Season 1 group? I sort of like the idea of using these guys now to continue on with the Let's Play. I'll probably just call the Season 1 group to a close. I don't know. I mean, they ain't got much more to do themselves. Maybe I'll switch back and forth. I don't really know. I don't really know how I'm going to handle that yet. But so let me know. I mean, do you want Season 1's group for when we come back, or do you want to continue with the skeletons and these Season 2 guys? I'll leave that up to viewer comments. I'm leaning towards these guys just because it's a smaller, easier to micromanage group, and I think it took me a lot fewer episodes to level them up. Oh, we're auto saving again. Yeah, it took me a lot shorter time to level them up because I'm only dealing with one group. Plus, we're not dealing with the food aspect other than just for the 2 animals. So obviously, it's just just a lot simpler to deal with a smaller group like this. Now, I've thought of all kind of other things. I don't want to keep making new series within this series and this playlist. I mean, I thought it'd be neat if we were the Holy Nation, or if we had a whole Czech group, or doing different combinations and different things and different ideas. But I think like in sandbox games, you reach a point where it's just like, okay, so you've done everything you can do, and I just don't want to bore you guys with repetitive content. So that's sort of why I've done a lot of things in between episodes. Hopefully that didn't piss off people, but if it does, well, what am I gonna do? Just feel free to unsubscribe and go watch someone else's Kenshi Let's Plays, I guess. But I quite enjoy this game. I'm close to 200 hours in it, but you reach a point where you've done everything you can do, and so when we do come back, it might only be for just to see what the content is in this new area and experience whatever new was added, and then we'll see where the developer's going to go. We might start experimenting with mods more. I think our Kenshi groups will continue for a very long time, though. This will be a series that kind of comes and goes, so we're going to continue this series. So I just want people to know that this is kind of like going to be a staple show on my channel, and not to get too worried about it ever going away permanently. It'll just be like something that comes back in little spurts here and there, and that's how we're going to do it. As for in between now and next time, I might be doing a Dwarf Fortress Let's Play, because there was a new version released of that. If you're into Dwarf Fortress, and if I do decide to do it, I'm still debating it. If you want to watch that, great. If not, that's not your cup of tea, fine. Well, I'll see you when we start up again, and then hopefully soon. Whenever they decide to release this update. So, thanks for watching this series so far. And I've enjoyed the comments. I've enjoyed the viewer participation. It feels like this show has gotten a lot more. I don't know. It's got like more of a vibe to it than the other content I was doing last year. I only just recently come back to doing Let's Plays. The middle of last year, around, what was it, June or something. So the fact that this was like the third series in that is well, really fourth technically. Yeah, so you notice that there's no slaves here now. It might be that I'm permanently knocking them out, permanently injuring these guys. I don't know. Maybe they're dying from starvation. So I'm starting to wonder about that. Maybe this is not a really great method. Well, it's like a one-time method to get like maybe a guy or two up really high real quickly, and then I don't know. Well, it's something to consider, I guess, right? I'm babbling here. I'm wasting a lot of time, but there really wasn't much content this episode, so I feel like talking and going, hey, how you doing? Like, hey, kind of doing like an outro for the show here until we meet again, because I'm gonna miss you guys. All right, so see you guys soon. Adios.